What's good, everybody? My name is Jude. I'm a musician, a graphic designer, and a producer. And today I'm going to talk to you about my new song, Solo. Solo for me is a mission statement, really, about how I want to live my life and how I want to do my music. Since I started doing music, I knew that I didn't want to just fit into the molds that everybody says you need to fit into in order to be liked or be popular. There's a lot of people that follow the trends a little too closely, and I think sacrifice some of their own creative potential in doing so, and I don't want to fall into that trap. And so I want to continue to stay focused on how I want to sound and why I want to sound like that. Checking if I'm just wanting to sound like Post Malone because Post Malone's in the top charts, and then sit back and be like, okay, I like their sound obviously, but am I giving them more credit than I'm giving the little indie artist that nobody knows about? When the little indie artist that nobody knows about could have something really cool going that just nobody's heard. Something that I'm like, okay, that is really dope, and I want to pay attention to what they're doing and draw, from elements that I love from what they're doing as well. So Solo is also an encouragement to my audience. Just simply be authentic with how they live their life. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about how you should go about your life, whether it's careers or just hobbies or interests or whatever. And while those opinions could be valid, you need to make sure for yourself that that's what you want to do. And that's what you're going to be most passionate towards and be able to live your best life through. So that's really my challenge to you, is to find what you're passionate about. And even if it's big or small, whether it's a career or just a hobby, discover what it is, even if people are telling you that it's impractical or it's not necessary or whatever, because we only live on this earth once. And we need to make the most of it while we're here, and we need to be focused on something bigger than just finances and what is the most cost effective, what job's going to make the most money. While those are all necessary things, it's also like, what is going to bring you joy and satisfaction in what you do. All right, now let's go take a look at the production of the song. All right, here we are on the file, the project file for Solo. When I first started, I'll just show you real quick some of just the key parts of the instrumental that I really loved and that really were influential in the development of it. It started with these plucked instruments right here. We got these guys. So they just kind of got like some pizzicato, like violins, and some other guys. And this one, which is like a guitar. And then we had like this guy right here. And there's just a lot of nice layers when they're panned. It just sounds really cool. And just kind of, that. And then just like playing with those chord progressions and everything. So those are kind of like, the framework of the song is really based around these different pluck instruments. It just has a lot of those that play around with each other. We got obviously got the drum kit. So we listen right here. So we got the drum kits, obviously. Just playing with Break Tweaker by Isotope. Been playing around with a lot. They have some really good drum sounds on that. And then I made some really sweet 808 bass sounds to go with it, and just a little bit of distortion just to give it a little bit of little grimy sound. And we got that completely analog side chain just to give it exactly what I want. You can get the side chain right where I want it. Paired with the kick, obviously. So it just, and then we got, so everything coming up. Now, what you think now, being different, what I think about. That's everything with the vocals. And then at the end, when I was working on it, I was like, okay, what's one more thing to make the vocal themselves pop? And I was like, I had talked about using vocoders before and haven't really up to this point. So I was like, all right, we're gonna try to use some vocoders. So there's this part right here. I'm just gonna solo the vocal track and the vocoders. This is the first part where I was like, okay, this is freaking sweet. We're gonna do this. It's right before the first chorus right here where it goes. I should live my life cause you don't know my mind. Your mold's too small to fit inside. Just that right there. When the way the chords move down and the notes move down, it's just like, oh, that is absolutely, that's something special. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna run with that. So, and then went to the chorus, right? So if I say I'm going solo, this guy right here. Right? And it's just nice little things like that that just give a lot of interesting texture to that. And then at the end, I was like, okay, what are we gonna do to do something different, just to kind of like, I don't know, exercise my right to change things up in my music and do unique things because I think it's dope. And I thought, okay, let's just freaking let's see what happens if we just change up the last chorus and add in just some interesting like electronic like dance music almost at the end of just some like instruments that could be there. So like, okay, but I found this one, and I did some editing to this plugin to make it just pop a little more, put in the automation, and I was like, okay, we're just playing with something like this, and then it comes in at the main chorus, really hard, right? And then the pluck instruments are put in there just super hard side chaining on it, and then changing up just changing up the chord progression a little bit at the end to just kind of like give an interesting finale and just something different from the rest. And then again, I just did it with the vocoder instead of just instead of with the vocals, did the last round of the chorus just with the vocoder, and then all these other things coming together. And I just thought it was a really dope and unique way of rounding out the song, and just like, okay, we're at the last 30 seconds of the song, wherever. Here's a completely new set of sounds to finish it off, But yeah, I mean, that's the overall breakdown of the instrumental as a whole. Like I said, we could go into way more detail than I'm going to today about just different little tiny stuff that I like, or elements that I'm super proud or happy with. But yeah, there's the production on Solo. Thanks for tuning in today as we broke down my new song Solo and the inspiration behind it. Follow me on all my social media platforms to stay tuned for more music, and I'll see you soon. Bye.